Hey, this is Crypto Ice, and today I want to ask the simple question of if you had $50 to invest back in 2010, where would you put your money? Okay, there was 4 options, and let's go over each one. Okay, the first option, the stock market. Okay, let's say you put your money in the S&P 500, $50 in 2010. The price was $1,087. Okay, in 2020, the price of the S&P is $3,426. Okay, that's a 3x. Your money went from $50 to $154. Okay, that is a great, amazing return, right? But here's the thing. Is this going to last with the stock market? We're looking at all-time highs. I am of the firm belief that the Fed has been propping up this stock market, keeping it on life support, buying up everything they can just to keep it up, right? And you also have just companies, huge companies buying back their own stocks once again, okay? That's a red flag. And if you look at consumer spending, the gross domestic product in this country, about 70% of that is just Americans spending money and debt, basically. So you look at our value has become debt instead of actually producing things in this country, and we hope we can change that, bring manufacturing and producing back to this country. Okay, but that's a good return. Great, amazing return, 3 times. I wish I took advantage of that. Though I do not trust keeping it in there now. Okay, option B. Option B is gold. Okay, let's say gold, $50. In 2010, it was $1,179. And in 2020, $1,940. Okay, again, that's a pretty good return there. I mean, we're almost looking at it doubling your money, right? So, but even Robert Kiyosaki will tell you, who is one of the biggest gold guys there is, that gold and silver is not necessarily to him an investment. It's an insurance policy against the stupidity of the government elites. Okay, and you can't really argue with that too much because gold has retained its value for such a long time, right? And so if you're just trying to retain value, then gold's a great option. And so there's option B, okay? Option C is the bank, okay? So I looked up the average annual return for if you put it into a basic savings account for 10 years. And your $50 would turn into $53.03 for a whopping $3.03 in 10 years. Ouch, right? But did you really gain that $3.03? Because if you look at it, the cumulative rate of inflation, I went on the US inflation calculator, typed in my $50 and in 2010, and 2020 it shows the loss of purchasing power. $50 back in 2010 is actually $59 today. Okay, that's an 18.8% loss of purchasing power. Almost 1/5. Okay, that's a big deal. You look at since 2000, we've lost like 30% of our purchasing power. Since the Fed came on board in 1913, we've lost like 98% of our purchasing power. This is not changing. This is what sold me on crypto and being in this space, is because the purchasing power of the dollar is just going to get worse over time. It's gotten worse for 100+ years, and it seems like it's kind of the frog in the pot, analogy, right? It just gets turned up little bit. We just don't realize that our purchasing power is just losing value over time like crazy. And especially, since the Fed's been printing $7 trillion since this pandemic. And I realized maybe it hasn't taken effect in the system yet, but let's just get back to this, all right? So that's option C, and once you figure in inflation, you've actually lost money. One other argument for this is the wages. Do you feel like your wages have increased by 18.8% in the last decade? Please leave me a comment below if you have gained, if you have kept up with the rate of inflation with your wages. I am impressed. Okay, I certainly haven't been able to. So that is option C. Now option D is Bitcoin. Back in 2010, Bitcoin was really the only one around at that time. So a Florida guy bought 2 pizzas for 10,000 Bitcoin. Okay, I just rounded it up to $50. I'm sure it was probably less than that, but 10,000 Bitcoin for 2 pizzas. And today, if he would have held on to that, it would be worth $101 million. Now that would give me heartache, heartburn for the rest of my life, right? Just thinking about that. Those better be some pretty dang good pizzas. So going over all those options, I just want to ask you, what is your strategy to retain your wealth and your purchasing power? Do you still have faith in the purchasing power of the dollar? What is your prediction and probability of what you think this market's going to look like over the next 2-3 years? Do you think that the stock market's going to crash and the crypto market's going to go up and there's going to be like this fleeing to the safety of digital assets? Or do you think that everything's going to come down here, stock market, crypto market, everything? Or do you think they're both going to stay up and we're going to have like traditional market and new market side by side both doing well? Which one of those 3 scenarios or another scenario do you believe will happen? I'm just interested to see your thoughts on that. I'm going to be doing this inflation series. I feel very passionate about the purchasing power of the dollar being devalued. I want to get this word out to everybody that's coming into the space because I feel like it's the #1 reason I'm here. That's the reason that's pushing me to do this, because I believe it's inevitable that people are just losing their value and they don't even know it. And please look forward to that inflation series. I should have another video come out in a week or so. And like and subscribe, and we'll talk to you soon. Thank you. Bye.